Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How's everybody today?
I am doing good, and we should have some more of our prevention staff jumping on, I believe. Talking
Okay.
to Chief Parnell, it sounded like it. I do see Greta's on the line, and I don't know if we have anybody else as well.
Yeah, I'll wait a few minutes. Good afternoon. Is everybody here? Or are we still waiting for a couple?
I believe we're good.
Okay, let me go ahead and begin then if everybody's ready. I'm Jack. I'm a product specialist here at First Do, and I'm going to cover inspections. Before we dive into that, you'll also see me for permits and invoicing. I cover those modules as well. And then if you can just kind of tell me how you're currently doing your inspections.
What do you mean?
Are you using another system like ours? You using pen and paper? Different kind of inspections? You use a tablet, iPad.
Hang on here. Mic and on audio. Right now we are using our iPad with Streamline.
Okay.
Greta, you need to mute your mic on one or the other of your devices.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There's just an echo.
Somebody's on their computer as well as a phone or something like that, and you need to have one or the other muted. And the audio muted
Okay.
on the one. So Greta, if you're on the PC, just use the PC for display and the audio and the video muted on the PC.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen here. Are you able to see it okay?
Yes. Why is it still doing
Okay,
that?
somebody on the line has a horrible echo. Is anybody connected on 2 devices? Because if they are, switch to one or mute your microphones.
Sorry, Greta. I tried to mute you, not remove you. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, there we go. The echo's gone. I went to mute your phone. You can always call back in, and I can mute one of those devices if you're going to talk on the computer or the phone. But unfortunately, I clicked the wrong button.
No problem. Can you hear me now, though?
Yeah, it's great now. No echo.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Are you able to see my screen on your end?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to talk about inspections. When you come into First Do and open up the inspections module here,
Okay.
and I go through each one of these tabs. We discuss them, we set up some things, and then I show you at the end of this how you can conduct an inspection and do a re-inspection within our system.
Okay.
The inspection organizer here, think of this as your scheduling tool. So if you need
Okay.
to schedule those inspections, choose the inspection type, click change. That would pull in your occupancy record.
Okay.
Currently, the occupancy records that's marked here as is inspectable. This is
Okay.
filtering those ones that are not. But I've created this 1, 2, 3 inspections way as a test practice location. So we don't mess with any of your occupancy data. So when you select it, you can now schedule that inspection on these preset days. Or you can just pick a calendar date. You can even put them on a reoccurring schedule.
Oh, nice.
You can assign them to an individual. Or if you build out a team, you can assign it to the team.
Okay.
And then
So,
if you have shifts or stations.
question for you on the team. Maybe I should save my questions for later.
No, go ahead.
But for the teams, if you're scheduling it for a team, say it's scheduled to 3 of us, and one of us is available, that one person can do that inspection, and
Yes.
the other 2. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So multiple personnel that we can assign it to. Got it. Okay.
And it really helps longevity, right? Because sometimes people promote, they retire. When it's scheduled to the team, it's not scheduled to an individual. So longevity, maybe in your guys' use case, might be perfect for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're going to build out a team, so I'm just going to pause here for a minute and come down here to admin. There's teams here.
Okay.
This is where that team can be added.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you wanted to say Fire Prevention Bureau, however you want to label it. And then if you need to associate members, you can come in here and you can associate members to that team. And you can deassociate members if they're no longer there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then when you click save here, so I'm just going to add it in here so you can have some visibility on it.
Okay.
when you go to schedule that inspection now, you will have the ability to be able to schedule it to that team.
Okay.
So now we can come over here on team and the fire prevention bureau's there.
Perfect. Okay.
Now I'm just going to assign it out to the admin role because that's how I'm logged in. When I click
Okay.
save here, that is going to schedule the inspection and it's going to pull it into the inspection list for me. Now on that address, that inspection type, I have it scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
Now think of my inspections as you as an individual or anybody on your team. They're going to see their specific inspections in my inspections. So if you're a part of that team, you're going to see it in my inspections.
Okay.
And then the code organizer here, I've loaded up Title 19 and the California Fire Code.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look at a specific one, select it and click search. Now, are you going to need any additional code sets loaded in here?
NFPA. We heavily use NFPA 13, NFPA 13D, 72, and I believe 25.
Did you say 13R as well?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would you guys be able to upload California Residential Code and California Building Code?
Yes.
Okay, because we do use those as well.
You said the IRC and the CBC.
Yes.
Now on the NFPAs, I need to know the year editions. And you don't have to give it to me now. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. But if you can let me know, that way I can make sure I get you the right code set you need.
Right now, we are using the 2019. That's what we have on hand.
For all those years, because some of those don't follow that year edition.
Yeah. Mm.
We'll get you the right ones, Jack.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Because I would just hate to load the wrong code set because some of them follow one cycle and then a couple of them are like off year cycles and it kind of messes it up.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
it's all gonna change January 1st too with the new codes.
Right, which you guys are going to adopt the new California Fire Code, so things
Correct.
going to change. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you the ones for the 2025
Okay.
codes.
Sounds good. And then if you have any local ordinances or muni codes, I either need that in a PDF file or an electronic link to get to it, and we can get that data scraped and imported in your account.
We'll send that to you.
Okay, thank you. Now you can also just create a code. So under the code organizer, click create a code. You can cut and paste or manually type. Let's say NFPA 72. You can just come in here and put the year edition in, and then you can toggle on what you want to have show up in the report. You can add in your information. You can even add a standard remark, and what a standard remark allows you to do is have that available during your inspection. So you don't have to always type those same things for those common violations.
Okay.
Click create. That code would be in here, but you can also edit any code that's in here by clicking on the edit pencil over here under actions. You can edit these and you can add a standard remark here, like an address violation. It needs to be this many inches, contrasting background, things like that. You can have it in here, and then that standard remark would be available for your inspection. And then save it. It would be on that code. Now, in the inspection type here, we give to everybody the same one. If you have specific inspection types, please get me those checklists. We can build them out. or after this, if you want to build them out yourself, you're more than welcome to. Or I can migrate them from another client's account and give them to you.
Yeah, we have a lot of templates already set up in Streamline.
Okay.
Is that something that you guys can pull out?
If you can extract it in a PDF or an Excel or CSV and get me those, then I could build those in this system. But I have to
Okay,
have the checklist.
got it. I
Greta,
can
have
attempt that.
And I opened up a ticket with Streamline as well to get our
Okay.
data exported to go into this. So yeah, I'll
Gotcha.
work with you on that.
Okay.
Great. Thank you. You can always deactivate these. So, after we get yours built out, you may not want to utilize this one. You can deactivate it. You can edit these. You can download them in an Excel, and you can clone them. I only recommend cloning after they're all set up. You can clone it into another inspection type if you need to. When you click on the edit pencil here, letting us know you're in the edit mode, you can relabel these. You can even put these on a default schedule if you need to. So if you're going to do this annually, and then you can tell the system when to schedule that next inspection. So if we wanted every year, if we use to schedule that, so if we had an inspection schedule that today, it'll schedule next year's 1 year off of today. Or you can utilize the completed date, which means when you physically go do the inspection, it'll schedule 1 year off of that. Now, if you want to be able to collect the time you're spending on these inspections, you can turn on this inspection timer here. And this allows you to manually input time as well.
When you're automatically scheduling it, will it fall on a work day or might it fall on a Saturday if, like, say, Friday this year is a Saturday next year?
We can tell it not to schedule on the weekends, and we can tell it to not schedule on holidays too.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
And then the inspection level here, we just give every department the basic level, but if you needed to read as fire marshal, inspector, however you need it, we can create that out if you need it to be labeled otherwise.
No.
Signature requirement, this is for you as the inspector. If you choose the none category, you would just click a confirm box when you're done with the inspection. Or if you want to sign and fill, this means if you save your signature in our system, you can just fill in your signature every time you need it. Or you can manually sign each time you do an inspection. What would you like to have here?
I would
Most-
manually sign it, maybe. Manual sign.
Okay.
Now, you were saying most of the other departments, they want the automatic sign. Would
Yeah,
that
they
be
want the
easier?
sign or fill. Yeah, because once you
Okay.
save your signature in the system, it's so easy for you.
Oh yeah, perfect. We can leave it there. The
Okay.
last thing we need to worry about.
Exactly. Now the contact signature here,
Mhm.
if you want to make it required, you can, and then we do have the ability to document if they're unable to sign.
Yes.
Now the inspection completed by option here, blank selectable user means you're going to have to go through your roster and pick your name every time you do an inspection. Or you can use the signed in user, not editable. So if you did the initial inspection and I came to do the re-inspection, I can do it. I just can't take it out of your name. But signed in user editable, I can now take take it from your name and put it in my name.
Yes,
What would-
and it's not going to change the initial inspections, right? It's still gonna stay on that inspector's name.
Correct.
If I were to, okay, gotcha.
And then you can assign this to a team. So if you're going to use that team, I would recommend keep it assigned to the original 2 teams. So every year after year, it just goes to that team instead of going to the chained in logged in user.
Okay. Sounds good.
Now coming down here, if you all ever do need multiple inspectors, you can toggle this on. And then you can document the other inspector that was there. So if there was 2 or 3 of you, you know, in a big warehouse or a factory, and you want to document you were all there, this gives you the option to have that additional inspector. And how are they gonna, you know, confirm they were there or sign or fill or sign if you need that.
Yes, there are some inspections where there's multiple of us.
Okay.
Mhm.
You require a signature for them?
It'd be nice to document that they were there with us, because right now we're just documenting on the report notes itself who the inspectors are that were present.
Okay, I'll turn this on and then I'll just put it on sign or fill and you guys can come in here and make changes, but you'll see how it works.
Okay.
And then if you need a spot for the description of your inspection type, this is if you want to describe, you know, when you would use this or why you would use this inspection type. You can always put in a description in here if you need it.
Okay, and it's a manual type. Gotcha.
Now the checklist here, these are the checklist sections here. Any one of these, you can hover over the hamburger and you can put in the work order you need it.
Okay.
You can also deactivate a section, and when it's grayed out like this, you cannot utilize it during your inspection. You can edit it and relabel it and then save it,
Okay.
and you can delete it. The only problem with deleting a section is you delete everything over here from blue line to blue line.
Gotcha. And if this one is accidentally deleted, will it affect the inspections that were already done with those checklists?
No, we try not to touch historical data. So anything moving forward would have the missing information.
Gotcha. Okay.
If any of this is modified, does it affect everybody or just that person that's logged in?
Think of this globally. So these inspection
Okay.
types are for you all to use.
Yep. Okay.
Now, sometimes after you get this all edited and updated, maybe you want to add to it. You can click add checklist section and you can just build this out. You know, maybe you all need a general category. Type it in there and save it. And now since general's highlighted, I can come up here and add to that checklist item. Maybe you want to have an area just for comments. And then the response types we have in our system here, the standard inspection. These are your typical pass-fail items.
Okay.
Single select, this would allow you, if you had like, let's say a yes here and a no here, you could choose one of those responses.
Okay.
Multi-select, you can choose one or many of the responses that you add in there.
Okay.
Free text allows you to type in your response. Now, custom response. Do you all check for business license?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say, let's imagine this up here says business license. And then we would say yes, no, and then maybe a rare case when they really don't need one. And then you can tell the system here, what does yes even mean? Well, that equals pass. No equals a fail. And then if you need to do a re-inspect for that business license, you can toggle this on. If you don't need to, you don't have to do a re-inspect. Now maybe NA, we just want it to say NA. You can also click on this caret here and you can associate an email. And now you can say every time that fails, I want to include the report. Maybe somebody at the city or the county, you can just come in here and type in their email address. Let them know, you know, they don't have a business license, type in your message, and they would be notified and they would get a copy of this report so they can take the appropriate action to follow up on that.
Fantastic. Okay.
So that's how custom response works in here, and you can utilize that many different ways. Group name here. This is if you want to have subcategories in your checklist items. And think of sprinkler systems.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you want a category for wet system, subcategory for dry system, subcategory for pre-action. This would allow you to have those subcategories.
Okay.
Now, field update, you can collect this information and it'll update your occupancy record while you're doing your inspection.
Okay.
Now I'm going to put it on free text because I'm just demonstrating how you can edit it and build this out. Coming up here to the checklist options, if we toggle this on, notice the mandatory pops up in every one of these checklist items. It means it's going to be required when you do your inspection. If you don't want that, you can just toggle it off.
Okay.
The next one here, this is ad hoc violation. Maybe you have a violation that's not in your checklist. You can just manually add it while you're doing your inspection.
Nice. Okay.
The result options we have available are all of these. Do you issue citations for your violations?
Not yet.
Okay, would you like me to turn that off so you don't have that option?
Yes.
Yes.
Save that. Now you can associate codes to these checklist items. You just have to tell the system when would you want that code to populate in the report. And in your case, fail may be the best option here.
Yes.
Now, when you come down here to the checklist item and you click on the edit pencil, right here where it says associated codes, and you click on that, you can now pick which code set you want to look through. And let's say maybe we just want to look for hydrant stuff. We click apply. 8 results have come back for the California Fire Code for those hydrants.
Okay.
You can now just pick the one you need, save it, save it again, and now you have one code associated, and it shows you the code set.
Okay.
Now I'm going to get back in there and click on associated codes again. This is how it looks when you have codes associated. You can add as many as you need.
Oh, okay.
In my case, I'm going to remove them and save it. If you would like to associate codes, that's how you do it.
Okay.
You can also rearrange these by hovering over the hamburger, but you cannot drag them to a new section.
Okay.
You can deactivate this checklist item and then you won't be able to use it during your inspection. You can duplicate it. Maybe you want to have multiple questions about the hydrant.
Okay.
And you can delete this checklist item and it would only delete this one.
Okay.
Coming up here to the Forms tab, when that report's going to populate, we have to tell the system what of that information do you want to have show up. And I'm just deactivating what most departments are not sharing. And then we have to tell the system which form do we even want this information to show up on. So I've given you no violations and a with violations form. If you create additional forms and you want the inspectors to be able to manually choose a different form while they're doing the inspection, you would toggle this on. If you want number blocking in the form, you would toggle that on.
What does that mean, number blocking?
Like the violation, it'll have a big number 1 next to it, number 2, number 3.
Okay.
Now the email tab here, if the inspectors want to receive email notification when stuff's going to be automatically scheduled and manually scheduled, you toggle these on. And then they will let you know when they're getting too many emails. You can just toggle these off.
Okay.
Now our system here does require an email address to operate. Let's say you had one, fire warden's office at, Stanislaus County, something like that. You would just put that in here. And then you click verify. And this is where your local IT, they're going to need to take these tokens and values and copy them, create a CNAME, and paste them in there to allow that email to operate within the server and give the appearance that that email is coming from you all.
Okay.
And this is where I usually hope that IT's on the call so they know what needs to be done.
Yeah, I'm familiar with what you're talking about here.
Perfect. Now, if some reason security concerns, IT doesn't want to do it, you can always use our default email address here. That's a no reply and nobody monitors.
Sure. Yeah, we'll be able to get it set up through our email server.
Copy that.
So for the default email, when it gets sent out, is there a message there letting the customer know that you cannot reply to this email?
Right here, we turn on the custom sender name, no reply. You can come in here and add your department name. I think we're limited to 22 characters, so probably can't put everything in there, but that would work.
Okay.
You can also include the CC option. So if you want to get a copy of the report, you can pick it for each report, or you can tell the system, no, I always want to get a carbon copy of it.
We do, because this tells us that lets us know if the report is going out to the customer. And currently, when there's issues with the system that we're using and we're not getting the CC'd report, we know they didn't get it.
Yep. So right there, we can turn that on. So whoever does the inspection and sends it out, you will get a carbon copy.
Okay.
And then down here, you can add anybody that's either in your system to get emails for all of these, or if, let's say, somebody at the county, you can just type in their email address and they would get a copy as well.
So this one, Jack, like say I'm the one doing the inspection. Do I have to set it up every time to CC me, or I can just do it all in one shot, that every time a report is done or inspection is done by me, I get CC'd with the report?
This will be set up to CC all of you that do this inspection type. You will get your own copy.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
it's just one time.
Okay.
Now here we're letting them know, this is a no reply. Obviously you can change this once you get your email set up. But you can come in here and customize this. You can put your link in here. You can put your contact information. And this is kind of like that caption that goes out with that report to let them know why they're even receiving it.
Okay.
You can customize it by these options. Now, billing here, since you have the invoicing module with us, this would allow you to create an invoice while you're doing your inspection if you want that feature on.
Usually they pay before we do an inspection.
Okay, then what we'll do here is we'll just leave it in the no position. And this is where those different inspection types, if you have that need, you can always turn it on for that specific inspection type if you need that.
Okay. So is that an option that we can turn on while we're out in the field on our tablets?
If you have access, because that ties into roles and permissions on. This is kind of a bulk setting, so it's either yes or no is how we usually configure them. And when you go
Okay.
use it, you can create an invoice or you don't have to. It just gives you the option to create an invoice if you need to.
Maybe we'll leave it as on for now. It wouldn't hurt.
Okay. Community Connect here. So if you had the Community Connect portal, this is where businesses, commercial properties, homeowners, renters, tenants, or a combination of both. If you had the Community Connect portal, you could come in here and tell the system that they could request that inspection through that Community Connect portal, and then you would be notified that there's an inspection that needs to be done at the following address. But I don't show you have Community Connect. I'm just showing you how it ties in here. So I'm going to put it on NA.
That is
Then I'm
correct.
gonna-
We talked about adding it later. We're just setting up a ton of modules at once.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it's going to be a lot of work. It's a heavy lift for you all to get these modules set up. So if you ever add it, that's how it ties in here if you need it. When you're done making any edits to your checklist, please make sure you save it. And do you have any questions on setting up or editing your checklist?
Can we all do this as editable? Or oh, you said that it's only specific users that can change it.
Whoever's in the admin role, they'll have all the same capabilities that I have here.
Okay.
But you can restrict it for other people that are not a part of the admin role.
Okay.
Okay, coming down here to the violation table. We have not conducted an inspection in the system, so there's no violation information here. But this is where all the history of all your violations will live.
Mm.
The inspection setup here. This default column is what's been developed in our system. But if you needed this to read as, let's say, action needed, you can type it in here, and that's what it'll produce on the report and in our system. So you can change these words, but you cannot change the meaning of these words because they do trigger stuff in our system.
Okay.
So just a customizable option if you need it. If you change it, please save it. System options here. We can turn these on or off based on your needs. If you want every inspection report to be held in the ready for review status, and then somebody goes in there, has to open it, review it, and complete it, we can turn this on, and you have to restrict the permissions from that individual so they cannot complete the report. Would you like me to
No.
leave this off? Yeah.
Yeah, we want everyone to be able to finish the report.
Perfect. We'll leave
Yeah.
it off. This will show your previous inspection when you start and schedule a new inspection. So if you need to reference it. And if you don't, we can always turn it off.
I'm sorry, can you explain this one to me a bit?
Yeah, so if you're going to start a new inspection, you're going to see the history of the other inspections with this being turned on. If you don't want to see that, we can turn it off.
Oh, no. So say for when we're going to an annual inspection and I want to see what they did last year or what they failed on. If this is turned on, I will be able to see that, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yes, please.
Okay. Now, this makes it required to create a re-inspect. So when you're done with your inspection, if there's violations, you'll get a nice re-inspect window and you can schedule that re-inspect out.
Yes, please.
This gives you the will call option in that re-inspect. You know, maybe something not serious. You just want to hold it in will call, like an extinguisher, and maybe they're going to send you a photo, or they're just going to call you and say, hey, it's done.
Okay.
Now, if you create your permits during your inspection, this would allow you to go into the edit permit screen if you need that workflow.
So say if we're at a location where we're doing a fire alarm acceptance testing and they want to add a fire final, is this what it will do? That we can add a new permit for that fire final after a fire alarm inspection is done? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so you're going to do that acceptance test and you want to issue them that permit. This would allow you to edit or go right into the edit window and issue that permit with your inspection report if you want to.
Yes, please.
Okay. Now this is going to show your original inspection time on your re-inspect. So if you conducted it at 1,300 hours, it's going to show up as 1,300 hours.
I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah.
What's the advantage?
I think this is more of a disadvantage, to be honest, because some people are sticklers. If you're not there at 1301, they're like calling your office asking where you're at. So for me, I don't like sharing time, but that's just a personal preference on my end.
Yeah, no, they usually call and schedule it, and we tell them a time and that we'll arrive there at a certain time frame, 30 minutes from the time we schedule. So yeah,
Okay.
no, it doesn't have to.
Yeah, because this is going to show up. Hey, you conducted that first one at 1,300 hours. It's going to give them appearance that you're going to be there at 1,300 hours for that re-inspect.
Oh, that's not necessary.
Okay.
We may change the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll turn it off. Now, if you self-schedule an inspection, you're going to receive an email notification here. A lot of folks like this because they get that email, they can sync it into their calendar right then and there.
Mm.
So when a inspection is scheduled, it can be put on Outlook calendar.
Yeah, I think we support the 5 or 7, I can't remember, common calendars that most people use, but this is only when you self-schedule. So, you know, maybe I self-schedule for next Tuesday, like for myself, I would get that email notification.
Yes, because most of us, when inspection fails, we go ahead and reschedule it and ask for the time and date they want us to come back, or when they think they can finish, they can have all the corrections done.
Okay.
So
Then we'll
yeah,
leave
we're
this.
not leaving an inspection without a re-inspection. Yeah.
Okay, so this would give you that email so you can sync it into your calendar. Is that what you want?
Right. Yeah, we wouldn't have to do it in the system and on our calendar.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Correct.
Now this would link all of the permits by default to that inspection report. And, you know, this is for permits, so we don't have to make an ultimate decision as we work through these modules and do the permitting module. We can always make changes later.
Yeah, I don't think linking all the other permits for that inspection would be a good idea because it might confuse. I'd stick to what we're doing an inspection on currently.
Okay. Now this would allow you to use the multi-permit form. when you finish that inspection, for example, maybe you're going to issue multiple operational permits, maybe a fire alarm, sprinkler, fire pump, things like that. You can put all those permits on that multi-permit form and issue it with that inspection report if you'd like to.
So say we scheduled it for, I don't know, a fire pump inspection. And we're also doing a sprinkler inspection that same time. And a fire final possibly. Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, you could issue all those permits on one form instead of having 3 individual permits.
Perfect. Yes, please. Mhm.
Okay, we'll leave that on. Now this right here, if we enable the inspector schedule to, okay, this gives you an additional layer because currently you can assign inspections to a team or a person. You can also take that and add that other layer and assign it to an inspector, right? So if we assign it to the Fire Prevention Bureau team, you can now say, I want this individual to do it. That gives you that extra layer if you need it.
Yes.
Okay, now
So
when
that-
I enable,
Mhm.
Go ahead.
So say we scheduled it with the 3 of us and I'm the one assigned. I'm sick or I'm not able to make it. I'm stuck somewhere. One of them can still pick it up, correct?
You don't need to have this on to be able to do this because it was
okay.
already assigned to the team. This, and let me try to explain it this way. We see this in large areas with big teams or like a shift of a station, right? I may assign it to a shift of station 1, but I want it to be scheduled to Captain so-and-so.
We're not a big team. There's only 6 of us.
Yeah, so you may not even need this, but I want to always explain it. So in case you develop into that, you may need this. You can turn this on if you need it.
Okay.
Okay.
Now down here, the system's going to automatically schedule stuff for you. And this is where we can tell it to not schedule on these holidays and days of the week if you would like me to pick the ones you want.
Mostly holidays.
And,
Oh,
and
wait,
Saturday,
you know
Sunday.
what? Independence Day, we do work.
Makes
Then
sense. You gotta do those
Saturday,
fireworks.
Sunday. Mm-hmm.
What about these
But
over here?
Day after Thanksgiving, we're closed. Juneteenth, we're closed. Veterans Day, we're
Veterans
closed.
Day we're closed. New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve we're closed.
Christmas Eve we are. New Year's Eve, no, not always.
Okay.
This is now President's Day and this is Indigenous People Day. So,
Yes. No, we work those days.
okay.
But with us picking Saturday and Sunday to not do the auto recurring schedule only, but we can still schedule it if it's an individual inspection and say it's a fireworks, public fireworks display on a Saturday. This is only for recurring, correct?
Correct. You can always manually schedule any day of the week and any holiday.
Gotcha. Okay.
Martin
You
Luther
make
King
any-
Day is a county holiday too.
Okay. We all good here?
I think
Washington
so.
voting.
Washington.
Yes, President Day.
Oh, that's right. We're closed. Are we closed on those days? I think so.
It's on the calendar.
Gotcha. Okay.
There you go. Okay, and then if you make any changes, please save it. And we hit the save button up here from you at the very top. Now we're down to the form builder. And how it works is we build that inspection type. That turns into your checklist when you do your inspection.
Mhm.
And then we have to tell it to populate on the form, which is where the form builder ties in. And then we tell it which form to populate on, and then you can move the information around on the form to meet your needs. So I've given you a no violations form and a with violations form. You can edit it, you can duplicate it, and you can delete it out of the system. So let me edit the no violations form. You can always change the form name up here and save it. You can put in internal notes if you need it. I currently have your logo loaded
Okay.
and some department information, but you can always change this as needed.
Okay.
If you make any changes, please make sure you save it. And the form here where you see DTF, we're telling the system to do a data transfer.
Mm.
So you can use this form on multiple different inspection types because it's going to pull the name in of the inspection type. So if it's a acceptance test or, it's going to pull that name in here for you.
Mhm.
If you have a need to put a mission statement in here, you can, or we can delete it from the form.
Okay.
ETF is working down here and it's going to populate the business name and date and time and status. If you need to make changes, put your cursor where you want it. Click these 6 dots. Click on the data field. We just give you a couple options to choose from if you want to add to it.
Mm. Okay.
You can also delete an area if you don't need a row. You can delete it. You can also click on the plus and you can add and pull in more tables if you need it. Here we're just letting them know there's no violations. You want to share a fire safety message, please edit this with your information. Then whatever we told in the inspection type to pull here, fail, resolve, corrected, that will populate when you do your inspection. Now the occupant signature, if they sign, will populate here. And if you've added their information into the inspection and these are checked, then that information will populate here. Same
Okay.
thing for the inspector.
Okay. So Jack, how much room do you have on those remarks and that remark area?
I will show you that when we do the inspection.
Okay.
Right here, if you're going to use this, please customize it with your information, or you can click the 6 dots and click delete. And when you click it a second time, it'll just delete it from the form. Now, if you issue addendums for your inspection reports, you have to complete your report, upload the addendum into the system, and then that addendum would populate here. If you don't do that, nothing's going to populate. You can also come over here to the 6 dots and you can convert this to something else. You can come to the plus and you can pull in from many options in here if you need additional items to this form. If you make any edits to it, please save it. And then if you come up here and your name will be up here in the corner, when you click on it, you can come down to account and click on account. This is where each inspector can put their own contact number in here. And you can add your signature here, either by signing on the mouse pad and clicking confirm, or you can import an image of your signature. That way each inspector has their own phone number and signature in here. And then when you save it, it's stored in under your login user information. Coming back to the form builder, we're going to take a look at the with violations form. You can relabel the name, put notes in if you need it. This is all working the same way as I've described. But what's different here now is we're pulling in that reinspect date, if you have one. We're letting them know there's a violation, and if there's an order to comply, and how long do they have to comply. So if you're going to use this, please update it with your appropriate information. Here's a disclaimer statement if you need it. You can delete it from the system or you can edit it. But everything else is working the same as I've described. Do any of you have any questions on the form builder?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Coming up here to the inspection list. Since I scheduled that inspection, I can just click the play inspect button and start it. Or I can click on start an inspection and I can just type in the address and choose it and start the inspection. Or I can do the pre-planned map here. It'll take me into the map. And then you can click on the little green houses. You can just start an inspection from there. Multiple different ways to start an inspection in our system. But since I scheduled this one out from the inspection list here, I can click the play inspect button and it's going to take me into the inspection. It's going to ask you if you're on site. If you are, click confirm. If you're not, you can click cancel and still do the inspection. You can add this information in here if you need to. You can also minimize that, especially like on an iPad. This gives you a larger viewing screen. This occupancy record is the same one in pre-plan. So no matter where you update and save it, you're going to see it here. You want to choose your occupancy class. You can also mark it as is inspectable or unmark it. You can even put it on an inspection schedule here if you need to. You can put in the dimensions of the building and it'll do the math for you. Document access, construction, occupancy load, fire flow. The contacts tab here. You need to add a contact to this, just click add. I'm talking about the inspection contact. So I would toggle this on. And maybe I'm dealing with the manager today. I can just now document their information. The system does want an email because it's going to want to email the report out. Save it. It's in there. Now, some places you're going to need numerous contacts, right? After hours, emergency contact, key holder, maintenance. You can just keep adding additional contacts in.
Okay.
You can also click on the vendor directory. Click add vendor contact. And if you've built it out in your vendor directory, you can pull them in by their name or their address. And if not, you can just put them in your vendor directory. And think of like your contractors or your fire protection system companies. You're going to see them at multiple different places. You may just want to add them in as your vendor directory and then pull them into your inspection report so you don't have to keep typing in their information.
So this would be the same as like the template, since you already have a list of it in Streamline, it can be pulled, correct?
If you all get it, data should be able to import it into the system. So
Okay.
now that inspection type turns into your checklist, and this is how it currently looks.
Hmm.
You can bulk in a section right here. You can also override it if you need to. You can bulk pass it in a section. You can override that if you need to. Now, I did not make any of these mandatory, which means it's not required for me to respond. I can technically skip over these. Let's say we find an address violation and I fail them. Right here is where you can add your remarks. And this is where you can put your remarks. You'd asked about how large. I don't remember the character limit, but I can grab some random information and put a fair amount of stuff in there to show you if you'd like me to.
Okay.
Say this probably isn't the best example, but I dropped in a fair amount of information there. So it does accept a lot of information there in the remarks.
Okay.
Now, if you had standard remarks built out, you would have a button here to click standard remark and it would just drop that in there for you.
Okay.
You can also come over here and take a photo from your iPad and it'll upload right here. I'm sitting on my laptop, so I'm going to choose a file. And I'm just going to upload a photo to show you how it works. You know, maybe this is the front of building A, let's say.
Mm.
Finish the upload. Photo pulls in there. You can blow the photo up, let them know, hey, that's not the correct address. Can't even see it from the street. Let's say building B is wrong and C and D. You could just keep uploading photos here.
Okay.
Or you can click the duplicate. You can upload building B right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to skip over these till we get right here because we would never see this in a business. Then using extension cords and permanent wiring, right? That never happens. So you tell them, you know, you can't do that. They're like, not a problem. I'll clean it up right now for you. That's where you would want to mark it as corrected because there was a violation, but it was corrected while you were on site. That's how we see the term as corrected.
Nice. Yes.
Because you know what's going to happen when you leave. Those cords will come right back out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just skipping over this. You get the idea how it works. But when there's a free text, you can just type in your response. Ad hoc violation here. Maybe there's something in your checklist and you want to add that violation. Just click add violation. Click on associated codes. And let's say it's something in Title 19. We can just choose that. Click save. Tell them what you need to tell them. Save that. Fail them. So you can see which code you're referencing. You can do your remarks. Right? If we had a standard remark, we'd be able to drop it, but we don't. And you can keep adding violations if you need to.
Okay.
Now, pre-plans here, if your iPad has internet connection, you can update your pre-plan. Maybe you want to click on the plus here. Maybe they just put in a Knox box. Grab the Knox box, put it on the map. Maybe it actually needs to go on this vehicle. Put it right there.
Nice. Okay.
Click the edit pencil. Maybe you want to document the code or the serial number, upload a photo of where it's at. You can.
Hmm.
But I'm going to delete it off there, just showing you how it works. When you're done updating your pre-plan, mark pre-plan reviewed here. It'll date, time, and stamp it, so you know the last time it was actually updated.
Okay.
Permits here. We'll dive into this when we do permits, but you can issue a permit from here if you need to.
Okay.
Here's the violations for this inspection. Down to signatures, they can sign.
Hmm.
You can fill in your signature. And then if you have an additional inspector with you, you can now add them and they can sign if they need to.
Hmm.
Maybe there's more of you.
Hmm.
Keep adding them.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we're down to the inspection report. Remember, I turned on the timer and the inspection type. That's what this is. Drop the caret down, click on view log. It's been tracking me. You can come down here to the plus and you can add additional time if you need to.
Okay.
Maybe you were actually out there for over an hour and you had to do a little research. Maybe you're on site, check the box, click add, it'll update your time.
Okay.
You can send this time log out if you need to. You can print it or you can include it to your inspection report if you need to. But when you're
So
done with your, yeah, go ahead.
sorry. So those times that are on that inspection, when we do our reporting for that particular address, what we did that day, will it give us a complete time of how many hours it took us to do that inspection for that particular spot?
Yeah, that's what it is right here, and that's where you can get that report if you need to. Or down
Gotcha.
here under reports,
Hmm.
you can go under ad hoc and you can create a report and track how much time you're spending on those inspections.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, when you're done with your inspection status is always going to be held as in progress. You have to complete your inspection up here. If you complete it, this is that reinspect window, so you can schedule that reinspect. You can use these preset days for will call, or you can just pick the calendar date. So maybe you want it on a Saturday, you want it at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then when you save it, it'll complete the form and it schedules that reinspect for you. This is currently how the form looks. Okay, since I chose a time, it's letting them know the date and time I'm going to come back.
Okay.
This is how it looks when you have code associated with those checklist items. It'll populate in there.
Hmm.
Here's the signatures. When you're ready, you can just hit send. Send it out by email. You can also click the print here if you need to print it up and hand deliver it or mail it out. The invoice tab, since we told it in the inspection type to have it, do we wanted to do it? You can create an invoice from here if you needed to.
Hmm.
Now the log, you can add a log to this and think of this as your occupancy log. Sometimes you do those inspections and the owner gives you a call. you can come in here and document what you all talked about. Maybe you get a
Hmm.
records request. You can upload that records request. Click create. Maybe you go out there and the place is closed. You can document it in there. Hey, it's closed.
Hmm.
And then when you close it out, oh, look, that log, should have told you this, that does not public face. That's internal for you all. So that's for you all to keep track of it. Okay.
Ah, okay.
So when
Can
you
I
close
ask
it
you?
out,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
So on the inspection form, inspection list, most oftentimes, like say if we have a very big inspection, for an example, a school, we're walking into that school most of the time, we're writing down the violations because it will take too long to type it because we're trying to get in and out of the classrooms as fast as we can, right? So, and we're going on a specific route.
Mhm.
So when we're writing down violations, we could be writing 15 violations of 15 different classrooms for uh, piggybacking of extension cords.
Okay.
Now on the list, is there something where we can type where all the violations are showing up as one clean list as to how we did that walk? And
I think so.
okay, would that be
I'll
in
show
the
you
the
that
one
in the
in the
re-inspect.
remarks?
Yeah, I'll show
Okay.
you that in the re-inspect. I think I'm tracking you. So here on the inspection list, if you want to pin your address so you don't lose it when you scroll right, you can.
Mm,
You can rearrange these columns. You can even open them up. This is the initial inspection I did. This numbering sequence carries over to the re-inspect here. That's why there's a -1 showing this as my first re-inspect. So when I want to do that re-inspect, I can just click the play inspect button. I ask you if you're on site. Fill this out. It's letting us know we're in a re-inspect. Just going to minimize that. You can update the occupancy record if you need to. Contacts, add, edit, delete. Now here at the checklist, the system's going to create your previous issues and pull it under one tab for you. Now these extension cords here, they were marked as corrected. The system automatically moves it over to resolve. If you go back and those extension cords are all out, you can fail them and you can add your remarks. So if you wanted to put room 1, okay, and you want to upload a photo, you can always just choose your photos. I'm going to say this is room 1. Maybe I just want to label it as room 1. Maybe the next one, it's room 5. Want to upload the next photo? I found this in room 5. Okay. Or you can just use the duplicate button. Now you don't have the duplicate button on your previous items, but here you can duplicate it. So if you needed it, there's multiple problems, you can document them individually by duplicating. So either way you want to proceed on that, those would be the options that we currently have available. Does that help answer your question?
sort of, sort of. Um, I guess I'm trying to picture in my head, like say, for an example, if I went to a school today and they had 50 violations, uh, some of the maintenance or folks, they like to see, okay, we went to room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the list of it, so that they know what room to fix without having to go through the report and picking it apart. So it's like just a clear list of what we type in. Is that of it? Is that, can we do that?
It's a really good question. I'm trying to visualize if we just had a school inspection, and then if we built the form to do that, because if not, it would be in the remarks.
Am I able
Because
to
that-
send you like a report at the moment so you can see what I'm talking about?
Okay.
And this one is an actual inspection of a school that had failed.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
If you want, you can just drop it in the chat if you're okay with that.
absolutely, yes. Give me a sec. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Okay. So you said just drop it in the chat?
Yeah, if you can.
Okay. And it's a PDF form.
Okay.
Uh, Okay, there you go. It's in the chat. Do I need to change the permission? It says people outside your org don't have access.
Not good.
Okay.
You dropped it in there and you hit the send button and it didn't work.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Took a minute.
Mhm.
Yeah. See if I can open it now. Yeah. See if it's going to let me in. Try it a different way. Let me try it another way. It's outsider, you can't come in. I download it. Yeah, it won't let me download it either, so I can't get it.
Can I
I'll put
email
my-
it to you maybe?
Yeah, I'm typing in my email right now.
Okay.
Should be in the chat for you.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, it should be on its way.
Okay. Keep an eye on it here. Grab that. Okay, I've received it. I just have to wait for it to go through the safety scan.
Okay. And so, Jack, the reason that we do that is where we type it in is that when we do the reinspection, it's easier for us to like go from in that same order. When we do the reinspect to check the corrections.
I can see why you do it this way, because maintenance has to go clean up all this, so this makes it easy, and then for you to just do your reinspection, you know what's room and what you're looking for.
Correct. Right. And I find that when we started doing our reports this way, they're not missing, oh, I missed that one. Oh, I didn't see that one.
Mhm.
Because, yeah,
Very thorough. I like it.
thank you.
Let me download it and see what we can do here. So inspection notes. So you can always create a spot, and this is where you may want to do it specifically for those schools. So you may want to have like an education or school inspection type.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go ahead and complete this inspection, then I'll show you how that ties in.
Okay.
Right? So we resolve everything. You can fail something else if you need to in here. Pre-plans, if you have internet connection, you can update it. There are no violations. Signatures here, let's say maybe they're just not able to sign right now. You
Mhm.
would check this box and now you can document a reason. Maybe they're just not on site today. Fill in your signature. If there's no other inspectors with you, you don't have to add them. The inspection report's going to populate. Your timer's still available if you need to add time. You can click on the paperclip. You can upload images and files. So right here, this may be where you want to upload a sheet like this and share that sheet with them as an attachment. So you could always do that.
Okay.
And then you could tell the system here to include that attachment. They would get the report, but then they would get that itemized list if you wanted to. That is an option.
Yeah. No, that'd be great. Save us from
Okay.
typing it in if
Okay.
if we're out of time.
Yeah. And then here you can share a video link. So just like we're doing, you send the contact the video link, they get on a call like this and they're like, look, I fixed the exit light. They can show you if you need that.
Mm.
But when you're done with your inspection report, you always have to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, always mark it complete. There are no violations. So there's no reinspect window. I click send here, I'm going to send it out by email to that contact. Or you can print it up, but this is how the report looks.
Mm-hmm.
And we're documenting why they couldn't sign.
Okay.
Okay, so that's in there. Now, the other option, when you build your inspection type, it's going to open this one up. You know, instead of maybe having, you know, inspector, you know, instead of comments here, you could always just say, you know, I want the inspector notes here.
Okay.
And you can make that a free text. And you can always, when you do that inspection, that would allow you just to type in all that information if you wanted to. But it looks like you guys have a format to be able to produce all this itemized. You may want to just keep doing that and then just upload it as an attachment might be the easiest way for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Really, the only one of the reasons why I like the inspector notes, typing it that way, is that say I went to an inspection and I forgot to mention, oh, you know, we need your main electrical shut off signages and main gas shut off signages, and I forgot to write that on the note. I can add it to the inspection note.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, so I'll save this in here if you want to use it, but that's how you can just customize those checklists and have them fit the needs of what you're inspecting, right? Because not every inspection is the same, especially a school is a very specific inspection.
Mm-hmm.
Now, any questions on inspections in our system?
No.
Okay, where we go from here is the inspection types. Once you all get me those inspection types, I can either build them out, or if you all want to build them out, you can just click add here and build them out. But I do need those inspection types once you get them so I can build them. And then the form builder here, please update the forms, add in your information, and then do some practice inspections.
Okay.
And this way you can make sure your checklists are working. You understand how the system functions, your forms are populating, the emails going out, and then that's going to create some questions. And please
Mhm.
bring those questions back to the next call, which is an inspection optimization call. And if you would like to get that scheduled now, I can pull up the calendar and we can get that scheduled.
Yeah, let me see. I thought we had something scheduled for tomorrow. Oh, this
That's
is the
invoicing.
invoicing configuration.
Correct.
Can you give me like maybe a week or two to play with this template, play with the inspections and come up with questions if I need to?
Oh, absolutely. You take the time you need. And if you'd rather me just send you the link and then you schedule when you're ready, I can do that as well.
Yeah, we can do that, or we can go ahead and let's go ahead and book it. That way it's already on my calendar.
Yep. You know how calendars are. They fill up fast this time of year.
Very much so. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let me grab this. Just making sure I have the emails because I have some different emails that were on the call as opposed to the people that showed up. So just checking everything here.
Okay.
But I do have your email because you did email me. So let me grab that. Okay, now you're in there. And then let me add. These are the folks that I show here on the meeting. So I'm just going to add them to this. You can always share this contact if I miss somebody.
Okay.
You get these folks added. And then how it's going to work is on my calendar over here.
Uh-huh.
You tell me which day. I pull up that day. It'll show my available times. Now, next month, you all like to fall back an hour. So you're actually going to be an hour behind me because we don't do time change here. So
Gotcha. Right. I'm looking at my calendar.
okay, didn't need that to change screens, but here we go.
I have November 10 is an open for me. November 10, that's on a Monday, 1 p.m.
Okay, so 1 p.m. your time would actually be 2 o'clock my time. So
Okay. I mean, I can, yeah, I can do
Okay, so that-
earlier than that if you need to.
No, if that's what works for you all, then that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, if that's good, let me finish this up and I will get this meeting booked. And then you should receive an email shortly. I always like to make sure you actually receive the email. That way I know I did it right. Okay, I'm going to book it. And you should be receiving that email here shortly. And then you all will see me tomorrow for invoicing. And whoever filled out the fire prevention survey, thank you. I was able to import your fee schedule. So it is in there. So we'll have it for tomorrow. You'll also get the recording of this and it'll be in the Monday boards. So if you guys need to refresh your memory, you can always play this recording back.
Okay.
Now you should be getting that email any minute here for the invite for that next one.
I already accepted it.
Perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
means it worked. And any other questions I can answer for you all?
Mm. Not that I can think of the top of my head at the moment. I mean, it seems like a pretty neat system what you guys have.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you get it all set up, it's pretty user friendly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else, it's a pleasure meeting you all, and I'll see you tomorrow on the invoicing call.
Okay. You got it. Well, thank
Right.
you for your time and showing us the inspection aspect of it. I'll make sure that I put away time and play with it. So is it gonna be live when I play with this on my iPad or is
Yeah, this is your production site. Did you all get the test or test daily website so you can use it in the test mode?
I'm not sure. I don't.
Okay. So test daily resets every single night. So let me grab it for you and I will share it. I will put it in the chat here so you can grab it. This is the same user login information that you use for production. Test environment, though, is exactly that. You're just going to test it and get familiar with it because it does reset every single night.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. But if you're going to actually build out forms or you're going to build out your inspection types, you're going to want to do that in production.
Okay. So production is the one that we have on our iPads right now. Yes.
If that's what you all logged in or you're using the mobile app.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else I can do for you?
Um, I think I'm good. I'm not sure about the others.
Okay. Well, you all have a good night and I'll get you the recording.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Asking all of the questions that were on that Sunday. He was asking all the questions that were on that Sunday. Like type of things that you're looking what type of inspection, what type of codes, what, example of the inspection, I sent them where there's school inspection, but violation, that violation. Type of message that people get, you know, the results of the report.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What happened? What was that?
No, all the questions that he was asking was, what we sent on the survey. I think he probably didn't get the survey or he didn't even look at it.
I looked at it. I looked at it today. And I
No,
tried,
the one that I sent him.
yeah. Test the first due. Okay. So Matt, the one that we're using on our iPad right now, that's live. That's the live version,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So when I start playing with it, I just have to, I just have to do this link.
That's web browser.
Oh,
You can do it on the iPad or through the web browser, but that's not an app. I don't know if the app actually has it.
gotcha. I see what you mean.